Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of Courageous Conversations. Today is a very special day. We have Dakota here. Dakota is a 7th grader who is playing football on Monday night, and she's really excited about it. We've got Coach Castile here. We got Dakota's dad. Let's have everybody introduce themselves. We'll start with Dad.
William Greer, Dakota's daddy.
Dakota?
I'm Dakota Greer. I am the 7th grade female football player.
And I'm Antoine Castile, the coach of the 7th grade football team.
All right, so Dakota, here's the first question. Okay, and anybody can answer this after Dakota does. What made you want to play football? Because it's not every day that you see a female playing football with the guys out there, and I think we should see more of it. So what made you want to play football?
I mean, I always loved football. I loved watching the Razorbacks, and I just like football. It's something I like to do, something I like to watch, and I thought if I ever got a chance, I'd be able to do it, and I do.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, she basically, flag football, here in Hope.
Mm-hmm.
She was, that was her first opportunity to actually play. And she was like, I want to play football. Everybody else talking about baseball, softball, this, that, the other.
Yeah.
She wanted to play football.
Mm-hmm.
So she actually had a chance to play with the black team, I think it was. It was the team she was on, and so she went and played for them. And she did well. They had a rough time that year, but hey, she enjoyed it. She had a blast.
Yeah.
And, to me, any kind of sport and football in itself, I've heard it said that it's the ultimate team sport.
Yeah.
Because everybody 100% has to be 100% involved.
Mm-hmm. On every play.
So I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I absolutely think it's awesome.
Okay. So, Coach, what have you seen out there with Dakota? And are there any challenges having a female player with the rest of male? Is that something you guys even think about?
The only challenge that we have is that she's tougher than some of the guys. that's about it. I mean, it's been great though. Since I met her day one, she's always been, Coach, I'm ready to play. Like, she was ready to get in past the first time we got her, and that's my thing about, you was ready to hit, and I liked it.
Yeah.
That's football. You can't play football if you're not going to get tackled or you're not going to lay a lick, and she'll do both. So.
Well, getting tackled and laying a lick for a daddy, I'm sure you may have some thoughts about that. So how do you approach all of that?
I don't worry about it. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because here's the way I look at it. I look at it real simple.
Okay.
When you go out there on that field, it don't make no difference. She may be a female, true enough. She's bigger than some of the boys out there.
Yeah.
So the boys are smaller than her. Any parent that puts the kids out there, they're always looking at situations. They're going to get hit.
Mm-hmm.
Either they're going to like it, and they're going to surpass or work through it and move forward, or they're going to say that's enough and they're going to quit. Mm-hmm. All I wanted, whenever we asked the coach, my question for the coach was, she said she wanted to play. She was going to be coming here for 7th grade. I sent Coach Collins an email, and I asked him. I said, Dakota's interested. We're coming to school there. Dakota's interested in playing.
Mm-hmm.
Would you mind her trying out? I'm not asking for a spot on the team.
Sure.
I want her to have the opportunity to try. And he said, 100% come on. And I told her at that point, I said, look, you're going to get out there. I said, they're going to be hitting.
Mm-hmm.
I said, it's going to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Either you're going to go through it or you're going to go home.
Mm-hmm.
That's your choice.
So what do you have to say about what your dad just said? So how do you approach playing football every day, whether it's practice or a game? What's your mentality going into it?
Every time you get hit, get back up. There ain't no, you don't just lay on the floor. Every time you get hit, you get back up.
Well, that's a good life lesson anyway. So it's not just for football. So I was a former coach. My whole thing was let basketball teach you something about life. And when you get knocked down, get back up. And so have you seen that in Dakota? And what have you seen with her in that?
That's like a motto that we preach. It's not just football. We're trying to teach you about life, things that you're going to use in life, the discipline that you need. Get knocked down, you're going to fail, but it's about how you respond. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And so, and she shows that. She's giving 100% effort on every play that we have. It's more of she's getting that family aspect of being around, a bunch of people, a bunch of different personalities, mending with those personalities, and I feel like she's doing a great job as far as learning the game and really getting into it. So on down the line, it'll be scary.
All right. So, the name of this segment is Courageous Conversations. And the reason that you crop up in our mind is because you don't always see that every day. So the blunt question I have for you is, do you consider yourself to be courageous in doing that? Or is it just you doing life every day?
I mean, yeah, I consider it courageous because you really don't see any girls playing football. And when you do, they're usually just kickers and stuff like that because most teams won't let them be linebackers, linemen, anything like that. And the fact that y'all are letting me do that, I just like, yay.
I see that smile on your face. So, Dad, I got a fatherly question for you. Are you proud of her?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I couldn't be more proud of her. I mean, she's done a lot of stuff over the years that I have been proud of.
Sure.
One of the things was always the fact that she take a lick and keep on ticking. She don't quit. You can teach a kid a lot of things. You cannot teach them grit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You can't teach them. They gotta learn it on their own. Football teaches you grit. Whenever she does taekwondo too. So taekwondo has taught her grit. I've seen her take kicks in the ribs that would put men on the ground.
Sure.
And her stand there and recompose herself and step right back out there and finish the match. I mean,
That's awesome.
that is one of the most absolute favorite things, my proudest moments. I'm an underdog guy. I like the underdog. I love the underdog. So her wanting to play, she's the underdog. Man, she just get up, you keep going. You gotta keep going.
So, Coach, it's your first year with us full time. You interned with us last year. This is your first year full time.
Yes, sir.
Talk about that grit factor. So, I know you talk about it with Dakota or just the team overall. What do you have to say about what Dad just said?
And to do this, playing football and even coaching, you gotta have some type of mentality, and that's what we try to preach to the players. Dakota knows it too. Hey, it's the mindset. You have to have the right mindset to play the game, to practice the game, to win the game. Definitely, you have to have the right mindset, and that's just what This is kind of the same as you doing taekwondo. You got that mentality, and then you transfer it to football. Whatever you was doing first, so you transfer it on the field, and you can see, you can tell she's not just out here, and she's not just this isn't her first time playing a contact sport or doing contact. So that's a lot of, I say it's the mindset thing. I really can't.
No, I agree. I agree.
I can't explain it much more than you gotta have that mentality.
You gotta understand that when you get hit, you have to keep moving forward.
Yeah, it's the mindset.
And that's what football teaches you. That's what she's learned through it, and that's what all these kids learn on that field is you're gonna get knocked down. You got to get back up. You got to keep rolling, and you cannot stop.
Well, one thing that people don't always know about seventh grade football here is that you guys practice first thing in the morning, don't you? I saw you first thing this morning practicing. So how is that, having practice first thing in the morning, then having school all day? Do you care? You like it?
I mean, personally, I prefer having the practice in the morning because us 7 that are playing up, we have practice in the morning. We go through school, we see our friends and all that also play football with us, and then we go to 8th grade.
And play up. Hey, y'all better watch out. Dakota's coming. She's playing football all day long, all year long. You better watch out. So my last question to you guys, and if you would just address the community, whoever is watching this, what is one message that you would leave behind with this whole experience, right? I mean, what is a message that you would give to anyone watching?
Well, I mean, I would say probably to a student, to the girls out there, don't let anybody tell you can't do something, because you're the only limiting factor you have. That's it, you. To the parents, if your daughter wants to play something like this, don't be scared. Being scared doesn't help them. Let them get out there and experience life, and let them find out for themselves whether or not they can handle it. You may or may not be able to handle it, but I promise you, just support them. They'll figure out whether or not they can handle it.
What I'm saying isn't just going to the girls or guys, it's going to all the students. Any student that wants to play any sport. Most sports are a team, most sports are family. You got to understand the point that your sport is family. your whole team is your family. It's not just, there's no I in team. It's not just you. It's not just them. It's all of you. You're all a family. And for parents, football's the best. You should let your kids do it. It's amazing.
Only thing that I can say is we're not the same old hope. You know, we building, we're changing in the future. We got big things coming, and just watch out for it. All right?
There's a very good direction in this school.
Yes, sir.
Well, good.
Yes, sir.
We heard it here. Hope for the future. We're all in. Dakota, thank you so much. Dad, thank you. Coach C, thank you for being a part of this. Watch out for us on the football field. Have a great day.